Good morning, everyone. Guys, this morning we're going to talk about what to do if you find yourself in a riot situation and you're there with your family, or there's a lot of different scenarios we can go through. But I've kept this video, I'm trying to keep this video really short, so I'm just going to do my 3 top tips. These are my top tips. You know, if you guys are subject matter experts and you think I'm wrong and you want to put comments on there, please put it down in the comments below. But this is a general video and I'm going to put this out to, so it's correct to as many people as possible. So with that, guys, share this with your nans and your grands and those people who potentially don't understand what's going on in the world, and they don't understand that they could, find themselves in one of these mass civil unrest scenarios. So without further ado then, guys, we're just going to crack on with it. So first thing you can do is planning and preparation. Like anything, guys, all right, do a quick search of the area you're going. If you're going somewhere, have a quick search online. If I'm going somewhere new, I will search that area. I will then change the search topics. I will put that area. I will put crime. I'll put that area. Then look at the reviews. So I've got a good idea of what's gonna be there when I get there. I'll have a look at pictures, etc. Look at your parking. Where are you gonna park? Always park, guys. And I see this like wherever you go in the world, and if I'm teaching an NGO in like one of these war-torn countries, I will say to them, always park with your nose facing the way you want to go in an emergency. Park as close as you can to the exit, because when we think of an example, think of a big shopping centre where you live. Imagine if every car is trying to get out of that shopping centre. You're not going to be able to get out. So if you can park close to the exit with your nose pointing towards it, it's going to make things a lot easier. And as well, have a no communications plan. We've seen it happen a few times in the United Kingdom where, the internet's gone off, messaging servers have gone down. Of course, these are not hacks. These are not these things being hacked. This is just, a service update, or what do they say? A third party software was uploaded. It doesn't matter what it is, guys. The reality is, our communication systems, they do go down from time to time. So the second one then is situational awareness. Now, unless you've been in those situations where, things go really quickly and then you see it, it's kind of hard to understand situational awareness. But if I was to explain it to my mum, I'd say, watch your surroundings, look at the people around your vicinity. Have you ever pulled up to somewhere, and there's a bunch of people and they're all stood around looking at each other? 9 times out of 10, there's been an altercation there. Don't go near it. Stay away from that place. Look at people's body language. Look at people's hands. Look at how close they're walking behind you. If someone's walking close behind me, I'll just stop and look in a shop and let them go, and then I'll walk behind them. Don't let people get into your personal space. That doesn't mean you have to be rude. It doesn't mean you have to be, look like you're Jason Bourne walking around. Just go into a shop. Let them go past you. Try and keep your personal space, exactly what it is, your personal space. However, if after all that, you've done good preparation, you've done good situational awareness, you find yourself in the middle of one of these mass riots, a mass incident. There's people everywhere, there's chanting, whatever. Think of the scenario, it doesn't matter. So you need to assess, evaluate, react. And if I was teaching this to a different class, I would have assess, evaluate, react, defend. But guys, we're going to leave the defend out for this video. So, you need to assess where you are. So have a look and think, right, I'm in a pub, I'm walking on the street, I'm in a supermarket, I'm in a shopping centre, I'm with my kids, I'm with my nan's in a wheelchair. Whatever, you need to assess your situation and look at the things, that you've got around you. Where are you parked? How far away did you park from your car? And then you need to start thinking, okay, I need to evaluate what my actual options are. Think of your options, okay? Basically, you need to get out of that area, out of that immediate threat. That may not always be going back to your vehicle. It may not always be, leaving your area that you're in. If you're sat in a cafe and there's a huge crowd walking past you, it may be the safest option just to stay there and let that crowd pass. 9 times out, in fact, I'm going to say 99% of the time, these hostile crowds, they don't care about you. They're not interested in you. They don't care. They just want to go and do their protest. Whatever's happening, it's not involving you, unless of course it is involving you. And then you would look at that on your assessment part. You think, right, okay, these guys want to lynch me. And again, that may be the situation. I don't know. But once you've assessed and you've evaluated, you then need to react. Now, when you react and you do whatever, reaction that is, and this is, each situation is going to be different to you, your family, and your surroundings. So you need to communicate your plan to your group. You do this using a mnemonic clap, clear, loud, as an order, with pauses. Because there's no point, you're there. Imagine the situation. You're there, you've got your kids, you've got your girlfriend or your wife, you've got your mum, you've got elderly parents, and you're like, right, come on, let's go. And you just run off. They don't know what's happening. They're going to be just as worried. So communicate to them. Clear, when I say loud, I don't mean shouting. I just mean so everybody understands. Say it as an order. You need to have authority. Don't give, if you're making that plan and you're taking control of that situation, you don't want people to say, oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? No. A bad plan stuck to is better than a plan that you keep changing every 2 seconds and you conflab about it. You need to get out of there quick. So having a Chinese parliament for the next 10, 15 minutes between your family, it's going to be difficult and, it's going to cause problems. So clear, loud, as an order, with pauses. So don't just go and shout a load of information, then go. Make sure you have pauses in between each sentence. Make sure everybody understands it. So guys, and then execute your plan. It may be that you decide, what, I'm just going to walk with this crowd. We've come around the corner and there's crowds everywhere. They're throwing things. I'm going to walk with this crowd and then slowly I'm just going to filter off. It may be the situation that, you're going to stay where you are because, you're in a cafe, you're outside, there's people walking past. The immediate threat is not to you and it's not to your immediate surroundings. So let that threat pass. Let that risk go. Don't worry about it. Equally, it may be you have to run. Remember, who's in your party? Who's the fastest? Who can, how are you going to run? Where are you going to run? What are you going to do if you're lost or separated? And guys, always, 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 the best defense is to avoid these situations in the first place, which goes back to the planning. Have a good check on that, on your areas, wherever you're going, because there's going to be more of these protests are coming, more of these civil unrests are coming. Guys, it's inevitable. The way Keir Starmer is operating, guys, I don't want to go into that. I want to keep this as a video. Don't forget to share this to your family, your friends, people who, may or may not be interested. I've kept this short, guys. I'm going to cut it down now. And that's it, guys. I'm going to back to grid.